This is Data Jockey, Machine Learning for Victorian Racing. Race 6, Cranbourne, Thursday 16 July 2026. All right, let us get straight into it. Right here is the quick summary for Race 6 at Cranbourne, and this is one worth paying attention to. Two selections from the model today. Mr. Tickles is the place selection. That is the top pick, the one the model is most confident about. And Struggle Street is in the same race multi as the top 4 selection. Not a standalone place selection, the same race multi only. So if you are short on time, there it is. Mr. Tickles for the place, same race multi combining both. But do yourself a favor and stay with us, because what the model is seeing in this race is genuinely interesting, and understanding it will help you make a more informed decision. Let us break it down. Race 6 at Cranbourne, 12 runners, top 3 paying the place dividend. The model's read here is interesting straight away. The favorite is not the top selection. That is the model telling you it sees value the market has missed. This is precisely the kind of scenario where the data and the crowd disagree, and that disagreement is where the value sits. Two selections from the model for this race, a place pick, and a same race multi combining both. Remember, not every race makes the cut. The model only selects when the value is genuinely there, and today it is. On to the breakdown. Before I get into the picks, a quick word on how this works, because it is genuinely different to anything else you will find in the tipping space. The selections come from a machine learning model that continuously learns from Victorian racing results. Every single race meeting, every result, every finishing position feeds back into it. This is not a set-and-forget system. It is live, it is learning, and it gets sharper with every race run in Victoria. Now here is the part that really sets it apart. Most tipsters, most models out there are chasing the winner. I made a completely different call. This model was built from the ground up to find place finishers, horses that hit the top positions and pay a place dividend. That is a fundamentally different problem to finding the winner, and it demands a completely different approach. The model weighs up dozens of variables across the entire field at once. Things that interact with each other in ways that no human analyst could ever track manually. Pace, distance, field composition, historical patterns, how each horse matches up against these specific rivals on this specific day. All of it simultaneously. That is the power of building it this way. If you want to go deep on the methodology, how the model was actually built, what it looks at, how it was trained, the link is in the description below. Check it out when you get a chance. But for today, I have got race 6 to get through, and the model has some strong opinions. Let us get into the picks. Pick 1, the model's top selection for race 6. Mr. Tickles, currently 5th in the market, not the favorite, not the headline horse, just sitting there in the market at a price that the model thinks is completely wrong. And that gap between what the market thinks and what the model thinks, that is exactly the kind of value this model looks for. Now I am going to be straight with you about something, because I think it actually makes you trust this more, not less. I cannot give you one clean reason why the model has landed on Mr. Tickles. That is genuinely not how it works. It is not saying this horse loves Cranbourne or has a great record at this distance, or whatever the standard form guide would tell you. That kind of single-factor analysis is what everyone else is doing. The model is doing something completely different. It is processing dozens of variables simultaneously. Track conditions, distance, field size, the specific horses in this race today, historical patterns across thousands of Victorian races. All of it at once, finding relationships between those variables that no human eye could spot. And that is the entire point. If I could reduce it to one sentence, you would not need the model. You could just read the form guide yourself. What I can tell you, and this is what matters, is that the market has Mr. Tickles at 5th in the market, and the model has it as the top pick for race 6. That gap is where the value is. That gap is what this model was built to find. This model was built to find place finishers, not winners. So when it rates a horse as the top pick, it is saying this horse fits the historical pattern of horses that hit the places. That is a different lens entirely to what most analysts are working with. Mr. Tickles for the place. Top 3 finish in a 12-runner field. That is what the model is saying about race 6. For entertainment purposes only, please make your own informed decision before placing any bet. Pick 2 is Struggle Street, currently 5th in the market, a different style of selection to Pick 1, worth clarifying up front. The model views Struggle Street as likely to finish in the top 4, but is not confident enough for a top 3 finish on its own. That distinction is the whole point here. The data falls short of supporting a standalone place selection on Struggle Street, but it clearly supports the top 4 role inside the same race multi. It can sound like a minor technicality, but in a 12-runner field, it is anything but top 3 pays a place dividend, 4th pays nothing. So backing Struggle Street as a standalone place selection is not what the model supports. Its value lives in the multi-combination. Put simply, the model is saying Struggle Street belongs in this race and matches the shape of a top 4 finisher in this field, while a top 3 finish specifically remains less certain. The multi only needs top 4. Mr. Tickles in top 3, Struggle Street in the top 4, that is the model's combination for race 6. Race 6's same race multi pairs Mr. Tickles as a top 3 finisher with Struggle Street in the top 4. Availability depends on your wagering provider, so check there first. One thing worth clarifying before anything else: these are genuinely different bet types, not interchangeable versions of the same thing, and their odds of landing are not equal. Mr. Tickles on its own as a place selection is the safer, higher probability play. The model's confidence is strongest there, and while the return is more modest, the chance of it landing is better. That is the model's core view on this race. The same race multi asks for more. Both Mr. Tickles in top 3 and Struggle Street in the top 4 need to land together, which lowers the overall probability but lifts the potential return considerably. There is no obligation to take both. Mr. Tickles as a standalone place bet is where the model's signal is strongest. The multi sits there for anyone wanting the higher variance option. Either way, go in knowing exactly what each bet demands. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please make your own informed decision. For anyone following the full card, every race gets its own video, and they are all in the playlist Live Before Race 1. Worth a look through the other races to see what else the model has flagged today. A place multi combining several selections is something some punters build themselves. Check with your wagering provider on how that is structured. Make sure any decision you make is your own, fully informed. Important reminder too, always check for scratchings before placing anything, since they can change a race entirely on the day. The model's place selection for race 6 is Mr. Tickles. The full card is waiting in the playlist. If you are not subscribed yet, this channel covers every Victorian meeting, every race day, and every selection comes at no cost, nothing locked behind a paywall here. And that is race 6 Cranbourne done. The place selection is Mr. Tickles, with the same race multi-combinations sitting at Mr. Tickles top 3 and Struggle Street top 4 for anyone chasing the longer odds. Results are tracked and posted publicly every week without exception, every good week and every bad one included. That ongoing record, built up week after week, is the fairest way to judge whether this model is genuinely worth following, rather than taking any single claim on faith. As always, this is purely for entertainment purposes. Please make your own informed decisions and gamble responsibly. See you in the next video.